um, I ask you to put it on the beginning of the interview. I like you to introduce yourself, but the way you think you should be introduced. How should I introduce you if I were good doing my job?
So I pretend to be you, and
yeah.
All right. Hey everybody, I'm the bald guy from Headbangers Latin America, and today we are interviewing the coolest guy on planet Earth. Oh my god, it's the singer of Alestorm. Wow, it's Chris. Please welcome Chris to the show. Hi everyone, I'm Chris. I'm so cool, and thanks for having me. Hello.
Hello, Christopher. How are you, man?
Very good. I like your background. Very nice.
Well, my name is Ruben. I'm here for Headbangers Latin America. It's a webpage from Uruguay, where you will be playing in March. Okay, let's start so I don't take too much of your time. Well, this last album, I guess it was June 2025.
Yeah.
The Thunderfisting Chronicles. How do you see it now? Almost a year after the releasing, how do you see it? Are you happy with this?
Yeah,
for me, a great job.
Thank you. I'm very happy. I think the album did everything we wanted it to be. You know, there's some new songs that we play live that the crowd loves. There's some complicated stuff like the big final song. I think it's for me. I think it's a really nice album. It's like satisfies me as a musician, but also as for making things that people will enjoy. And I think that's what we try to do. Like we want to make ourselves happy, but also make the people happy. So yeah, good album.
Yeah, this last song, Mega Supreme Treasure of the Eternal Thunderfist, 17 minutes. But when you hear the song, it seems to be shorter.
That's good. That's always a good thing to say.
Yeah.
The time just really flies by when you're having fun. Yeah, it's I've always loved making long songs, like complicated songs like this. I feel like maybe it's not what our fans want to hear, but it's all the people who come to the shows, they want to hear Drink and Fucked with an Anchor and Keelhold. But I like writing these sort of songs, and it's nice to try and explore these new directions, new dimensions. You get some interesting guests and just play some cool music.
Yeah. You got a couple of interesting guest artists there.
Yeah, we had we have Russell Allen from Symphony X. He does he did this vocal part, and because we met, it was maybe 10 years ago. We were playing a festival with Symphony X, and I was backstage, and I see Russell Allen, and he sees me, and he goes, Chris, you're a pirate from Alestorm," and he gives me, he literally pulls out a bottle of rum and gives it to us. Like, oh my god! So it turns out Russell Allen loves pirates. He thinks he's a pirate in real life. So this was great. So then I always had that in my mind. So when it came to doing this album, I just emailed him and said, "Hey, you remember me? You want to do some stuff?" And yeah, he did this thing, and it sounded perfectly. It sounded great. It was like one take, sounded amazing.
Just one take.
Yep. It's perfect. Like first recording is like that's it, done. No changes. Don't change a thing. This is great.
Well, and this idea, the pirates. How did you come up with it?
I was this has got to go back 23 years. Holy shit. And I was just sitting in high school playing on the piano, writing songs about stuff. And one day I decided to write a song about pirates, just, because I was writing songs about everything. And I wrote this song, Heavy Metal Pirates, which we released on some thing. And then we started this band. And then all the guys asked, "Hey, does anyone have a song written?" I said, "I've written this song. It's about pirates." And okay, let's give it a go. And then suddenly we became this pirate band out of nowhere. It was crazy. Like nobody planned to be a pirate band. There was no decision. It just happened that we had this song about pirates. Then we wrote another song about pirates. Then we played a show, and everyone came to the show dressed as pirates. So I thought, I guess we were a pirate band now. That's our thing. So,
Heavy Metal Pirates is one of the first songs you released.
Yeah, it was the first ever song I wrote for this band. I wrote it like I said, I wrote it in school one day, and that was the first thing we did. It was on a really early demo and everything. That was the first thing we ever did.
I don't know how to say it, because when you hear the band, it's funny, too much beer drinking and girls, fun, just fun.
Yeah.
But the music, when you hear the music, especially the last works, there's a lot of work behind it. A great production. The composing is, I guess, it's becoming more complex. Great riffs. The voices are great. There's a lot of work behind this funny band.
That's the thing. Yeah, we work really hard to make this sort of fun atmosphere, but it's what kind of is annoying is, you know, when people hear, oh, this is a fun song about drinking and being a pirate, I think people assume that the music is going to be just very simple. You know, and people hear what they want to hear. They think, oh yeah, this is just some stupid song. But like, really, it's we put a lot of work into the, you know, like say the production, the arrangements, the riffing. It's a lot harder now. Like, I mean, in a way, it's a bad thing, because, you know, when we play our really old songs, they were really simple. Like our early stuff was super simple and it's super easy to play. And then I write this new stuff and it's a pain in the ass to play. Like, it's really hard on the guitar. All the keyboard parts are difficult. There's so many vocal lines. I think, oh, sometimes I wish we could write those simple songs, but I don't know. But it's like we work hard at making something sound stupid, but, you know, it's complicated. Yeah.
Yeah. For example, let's take this last song. Many bands could have a complete album with that song. There's a lot of different parts where that could be easily just one song, each one of them.
Yeah, it was so there was the temptation to take all those little sections and make them into their own song. Was like, oh, no, I have to make it part of this big song. You know, I think it's better. Like, you know, when you write this really cool, fun chorus, some fun sing along bit, and then only use it once. I think that's cool. Like, so keep people wanting more. Like, oh yeah, but, you know, if you want to hear that bit again, you've got to listen to the song again. You know, it's cool.
Yeah. Almost like symphonic rock from the 70s.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you spend the whole song looking forward to your favorite riff, which is going to come at 12 minutes into the song, you know, and then it comes like, yeah, then, you know, it's a cool feeling. It's like the expectation, the build up to this moment. Yeah.
I think one of the most difficult goals the band has reached is the personality. When you start to hear a song, when you don't know it's Alestorm, just in a few moments you recognize the band. I guess it must be very difficult to get that with a metal scene with a huge number of bands can be recognized soon. It must be difficult.
Right, it's good, isn't it? It's good to have your own identity. I mean, I think a lot of that is because we've always worked with the same producer. So our guy Lasse Lammert, we were like the first like big band he made an album for, and we've gone back to him every time for the last 20 years. And so he has, you know, there's the sound he makes, and so people can always recognize it's going to be Alestorm. You know, it's the way he produces, like the way he makes the instruments sound. It just sounds very like us. It's very direct and in your face. It's not atmospheric or weird. It's like this. It's really punchy. I write the songs, and I have this certain style of writing where, like, I don't know. I feel like it's maybe a bit unique the way I put songs together. It just sounds like me. So when you combine those two things, people will just always hear Alestorm straight away, and it's great. It's, you know, the band has its unique identity. And that's not just because of the pirates. It's just because of this. Even if there's no lyrics, there's like this sound that just sounds the same.
Yeah. And talking about production, how do you know when to stop producing a song? You finish the production, or you just leave it?
So, I think our producer Lasse, he's very good at not not polishing or overproducing things. Also, when we make albums, we are always on crazy deadlines. So, let's say we go into the studio in December, for like the last album, for example, we went to the studio in December. We were there for 3 weeks recording. Then I think we took all the recorded parts home. Then last that producer, he took a break for Christmas. Then in January, he spent like 3 days getting all the brass players and violin players recorded. Then he spent like maybe 2 weeks mixing it. And then we had like a deadline to have the whole thing submitted to the record label by I think the 1st of February. So there's no time to overproduce or to think about stuff. There's the album's done and that's it. There's no, you can't go back and change stuff. Like there's songs maybe in the past I wish we could have spent more time on. Like there's some things we could have fixed, or like if you listen to it for a month, you'd realize, wait a second, we should change this. But no, just get it done, get it out there, just smash it out. I think it works well. I think if you listen too much to your own songs, you'll start to hate them. So the goal is to get out there before you hate your own song.
And talking about this, is there some song you are tired to sing and you must sing it because the people is waiting for it?
No, not really, because I love it. I love the feeling of playing a song that people love. I don't feel like, oh, I hate this stupid song. Like, if the crowd goes crazy for it, I'm like, yes, yes, yes. I mean, there's songs I wish that people loved, because there's some songs like we spend a lot of time making this, we think is a perfect song, and then we record it and we release it and nobody cares. Like, especially we played on tour a couple of times. And then we realized, oh no, no one likes this song. Oh no. And so then you have to, we only play what people want to hear. We're not going to play, I feel like a lot of bands, they go out there and they torture the audience by like playing the whole new album in full, or playing all these weird songs no one likes. I hate that. I hate going to see a band and it's like, oh no, here comes the bit where they play this new album that I hate. I never want to be that band. So we always, we just play what people like. But yeah, it's a bit sad when you release a new song and no one likes it. It's like, okay, I get what. But when they love a song, I love playing it. I love just playing the songs that get the best reaction. It's because we feed off the energy of the audience. So if the audience is going crazy, then we have a better time.
Do you prefer the live shows or the studio works? Maybe I think it must be very different.
Yeah, it's very like I love songwriting. I mean, being in the studio is hard because it never it never quite lives up to what you think the song sounds like in your head, but that's just the nature of things. Like, often, I try to record it and I realize I can't sing these notes, or, things don't, it turns out real instruments don't work the way they sound in my head. But that's a me problem. But so I love writing a song, and like there's a really nice feeling when you've written a song and you're going, oh yeah, this is great music. But nothing beats that feeling of you're on stage and you're playing a song that you've written and everyone's loving it. It's like, yes, did it, yes. It feels cool.
What is the best for you? The big audience, like arenas, things like that, or small places where you can see the people's faces?
Of course, everyone loves playing like, main stage at Wacken or whatever, or Grass Pop, and that's 50,000 people, blah, 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 blah. My favorite thing I've decided is in a room with exactly 800 people. Just imagine the world's best 800 capacity venue where like the sound is perfect, the stage is perfect, and then all the fans going crazy, and we're right there, and the crowd are really close, but like they're not in your face. They're just at the right. Everyone's at the right distance. Like just this perfect 800 capacity show. For me, that's the best feeling in the world. It's like when everyone there is. Every single person there wants to be there. There's no one there, like everyone knows every song. There's no one who only knows one song or is only there because their boyfriend likes it. Every single person there is going crazy, and that is the best feeling.
Well, pirates, the pirates culture, maybe it's too European, Great Britain, Spain, and things like that.
Yeah, right.
But I think the people here in Latin America must be perfect for this kind of music.
Right. It's obviously a lot of the piracy stuff took place in Latin America and stuff. Around the topic, like all around, like the Caribbean and the north, like towards Colombia and stuff. I guess a lot of people in Latin America, they have this heritage that came from that era of like colonization. So there's like that's when all the piracy stuff was taking place. So I think a lot of like Latin American history is tied to that era. So it's quite interesting. We have a song about battling Cartagena, for example, and stuff. So it's cool, and also the people are you're a crazy bunch. You're like very rowdy. Like when you play the shows, the people go. The audience is so intense. It's like that. Like I say, it's that thing I love when everyone is going crazy, and that always happens in Latin America. It's such a good vibe.
Yeah, that's the word, intense. I think the people here is intense, and this last album you did is maybe the more intense you have recorded.
Right. I know every band always says this. Oh, our new album's our heaviest one so far, brother. But but I think this time it's actually true. It's like I think we got bored of doing this sort of disco metal stuff, and I just wanted to make these kind of more metal riffs, kind of heavier stuff. So yeah, that's where it's gone on this album.
Yeah. Well, let me see. Because I don't remember. You will be here in Latin America. You will be in Mexico, Costa Rica, Colombia, Chile, Argentina, Uruguay, Brazil. It's a huge tour in Latin America.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Like, of course, there's always people saying, "Why aren't you coming to this city or this country?" It's like, no, so every time we make a post about the tour, there's so many Brazilians saying, "Why aren't you coming to Curitiba?" or "Why aren't you coming to this?" Like, chill. Like, I know you're a big country. At least that's the good thing about when you come to Uruguay. Everyone's in Montevideo. It's fine. You just play one place and everyone's happy.
Well, you'll be here in Argentina, 22 and 25th on Montevideo.
Yeah.
Please, Chris, tell the people why should they to go to see Alestorm.
I mean, I think we're one of the few bands that gives back the same energy that all you crazy people give to us. Like it's. I think an Alestorm show in Latin America is possibly the best thing that could exist. Like it's like we were made for each other. It's we belong together. You belong at our shows, and we so it's going to be like the atmosphere is going to be very good. I think there'll be a lot of sing-alongs, a lot of partying, a lot of drinking, and a lot of good times. You're going to love it.
Great. Thank you very much, Chris. It was a real pleasure.
All right, thank you very much.
We wish you all the best. Goodbye, man.
Cool. Bye-bye.